What if I told you that the rise of artificial intelligence isn't the job-destroying catastrophe it's often portrayed as? In fact, AI might just be the key to rebuilding the middle class and creating a more equitable future of work. Buckle up, because we're about to challenge everything you thought you knew about AI and its impact on our livelihoods.
Welcome to a deep dive into the fascinating intersection of AI, expertise, and the evolving labor market. As tech luminaries warn of a jobless future where no occupation is safe from the relentless march of automation, a growing chorus of experts is beginning to paint a different picture. One where AI empowers workers, enhances human capabilities, and breathes new life into the hollowed-out middle class.
Despite the dire predictions, the industrialized world is actually awash in jobs, and it's going to stay that way. Plummeting birth rates and aging populations mean we're more likely to run out of workers before we run out of work. So if AI isn't going to decimate employment, what will it do?
Hook. The answer lies in the nature of expertise. Expertise, the specialized knowledge and skills required to perform complex tasks, is the primary source of value in today's economy. It's why an air traffic controller earns 4 times more than a crossing guard, even though their jobs both involve making split-second life or death decisions. Expertise is scarce, and scarcity commands a premium.
But here's the thing. Our notion of what constitutes valuable expertise is constantly evolving alongside technology. The artisans of the pre-industrial era, with their bespoke creations and hard-earned mastery, were displaced by the mass production of the factory age. The procedural skills of the industrial worker gave way to the information processing of the computer era. And now, as we stand on the cusp of the AI revolution, the very concept of elite expertise is ripe for disruption.
You see, the great irony of the information age is that it didn't democratize access to opportunity as many had hoped. Instead, it concentrated decision-making power and resources in the hands of a highly educated elite, the lawyers, doctors, engineers, and professors who could harness the power of computerization to augment their own expertise. Meanwhile, it automated away a broad swath of middle-skill jobs and relegated those without college degrees to low-paid service work.
But AI could invert this process. Rather than replacing human expertise altogether, AI could extend its reach, enabling a larger set of workers to take on the kinds of high-stakes decision-making that is currently monopolized by elite professionals. Imagine a world where AI-assisted nurses can diagnose and treat patients with the skill of a physician, where paralegals can draft contracts with the acumen of a seasoned attorney, where teachers can provide personalized instruction with the insight of a learning scientist.
This vision of expertise extension could improve job quality for millions of workers, boost productivity in essential services like healthcare and education, and begin to mend the fraying social fabric of our communities. It's a powerful antidote to the doom and gloom narratives that dominate the discourse around AI and work.
Of course, skeptics will argue that AI will simply automate expertise altogether, rendering even the most skilled workers superfluous. But this view misunderstands the nature of tools and their relationship to human capabilities. A tool, whether it's a calculator or a chatbot, is rarely a perfect substitute for expertise. Instead, it's a lever for applying that expertise more effectively.
Take the stethoscope, for example. This humble tool didn't replace doctors, it made them better at their jobs. It extended the reach of their expertise, allowing them to diagnose conditions that were previously hidden from view. The same could be true of AI. Rather than supplanting human judgment, it could supercharge it, providing real-time guidance and guardrails that enable workers to tackle more complex tasks with confidence.
We're already seeing glimmers of this potential in the real world. Studies have shown that programmers using AI-assisted coding tools are significantly more productive than those without them. Marketers and consultants leveraging AI writing assistants are producing higher quality work in less time, and customer service agents armed with AI-powered response suggestions are resolving issues more efficiently and with less stress.
In each of these cases, AI isn't replacing expertise, it's complementing it. It's not doing the job for the worker, it's empowering the worker to do their job better. And crucially, the biggest beneficiaries aren't the elite experts at the top of the skill ladder, but those in the middle, the very segment of the workforce that's been hit hardest by the erosion of good jobs in recent decades.
Now, none of this is to suggest that the path ahead will be smooth or that the gains will be evenly distributed. As with any transformative technology, there will be winners and losers. Some occupations will undoubtedly be automated away, while others will be reshaped in ways that are difficult to predict. The adjustment may be wrenching, and the risk of exacerbating existing inequalities is real.
But the alternative, a world where AI is used primarily to devalue and displace human labor, is far bleaker. It's a world where expertise becomes obsolete, where wealth accrues to a tiny techno-elite, and where the vast majority of people are left to compete for scraps in a gig economy dystopia. It's a world that we should be doing everything in our power to avoid.
So how do we chart a different course? How do we harness the power of AI to extend expertise rather than extinguish it? The answer lies in the choices we make as a society, in the institutions we build, the incentives we create, and the values we prioritize.
We need to invest in education and training that equips workers with the foundational skills and judgment to use AI effectively. We need to update labor laws and social safety nets to ensure that the benefits of increased productivity are widely shared. And we need to foster a culture of lifelong learning and adaptability, recognizing that the nature of work and the skills it requires will continue to evolve at an ever-accelerating pace.
None of this will be easy. It will require a level of foresight, coordination, and political will that has been sorely lacking in recent decades. But the stakes could hardly be higher. The choices we make around AI in the coming years will shape the trajectory of our economy, our society, and our very sense of what it means to be human.
Will we use this immensely powerful technology to further concentrate wealth and power in the hands of a few? Or will we use it to create a future where everyone has the opportunity to learn, to grow, to contribute their unique talents and expertise to the common good?
The answer, I believe, lies in stories like that of the nurse practitioner. For decades, the medical field was the exclusive domain of elite experts, the physicians who had spent years in training and commanded salaries to match. But as demand for healthcare services grew and the supply of doctors failed to keep pace, a new model emerged.
Nurse practitioners armed with specialized training and empowered by advances in information technology began to take on many of the diagnostic and treatment tasks previously reserved for physicians. They didn't replace doctors, but they extended the reach of medical expertise, making high-quality care more accessible and affordable for millions of patients.
This is the promise of expertise extension. Not a world without experts, but a world where expertise is more widely distributed, where more people have the opportunity to do meaningful, impactful work, and where the benefits of technological progress are shared more equitably across society.
Then I believe we can chart a path to a better future.
This is the world we can build if we have the wisdom and the will. It's a world where the factory worker becomes the robot operator, the cashier becomes the customer experience specialist, the paralegal becomes the legal analyst. It's a world where everyone has the chance to do work that is meaningful, impactful, and valued.
And it all starts with a simple idea that expertise isn't something to be hoarded by the few, but something to be nurtured in the many. That the true measure of a society isn't how much wealth it can concentrate at the top, but how much opportunity it can create at the middle and the bottom. That the purpose of technology isn't to replace us, but to empower us to be our best selves.
These are the values that must guide us as we navigate the uncharted waters of the AI revolution. These are the principles that must inform every choice we make, every policy we enact, every institution we build. Because in the end, the true test of AI won't be how many jobs it destroys or how much wealth it creates, but how well it serves the needs of humanity as a whole.
And I believe that if we get this right, if we approach this moment with wisdom and empathy and a fierce commitment to human flourishing, then we can not only survive the transition, but thrive in it. We can create a world where work is more fulfilling, where opportunity is more abundant, where the dream of a prosperous middle class is within reach for everyone who's willing to work for it.
So let's rise to this challenge. Let us seize this moment. Let us build a future worthy of our highest aspirations. Let us use AI not to replace ourselves, but to become the best versions of ourselves. Let us create a world where every person can contribute their unique talents and abilities, where every person can find meaning and purpose and dignity in their work.
This is the great task of our time, the great challenge and the great opportunity. If we meet it with courage and compassion and a deep faith in human potential, then there is no limit to what we can achieve.
The future is ours to shape. Let us make it a future that works for all.
Do us a favor and please hit subscribe, and maybe even tell a friend. Now let's keep the discussion going, taking a look at